I guarantee you'll learn at least one thing in this video that'll make you a smarter sports bettor. I'm Dante, I run Dante's Data, where we find the most consistent players and teams across all sports every single day so you don't have to guess. Today I'm going to be going over arbitrage betting and how you can bet on both sides of a bet and win no matter what, as long as you do this correctly. At the end, I'm going to talk about how you can really mess this up and it not work, but if you do this correctly, you can pretty much lock in a profit no matter what. So what is arbitrage betting? Arbitrage betting is where you bet the same game on different books at different prices. You might have seen screenshots online of someone's betting calendar or tracking to where they are winning every single day for months on end, like 3 months straight, not a single red day. They are arbitrage betting. Nearly impossible, probably impossible to pull 90 straight winning days unless you're arbitrage betting. And if you do it wrong, and if you mess this up, you could have all these green days, but have one massive red day and wipe out a lot of progress. I've dabbled in arbitrage betting, but I'm also going to get into why I'm not really a fan of it and some of the things you got to look out for and the reasons why I didn't end up really locking into arbitrage betting as much, although a great strategy for a lot of people. So you're betting all outcomes and you're locking in a small profit as long as executed correctly. This is pure math. This is not picks. It does not matter knowledge on teams or players that you're betting. It doesn't matter. This is a pure math play. So what we'd be looking for is the same game. We have two books. We got book A and book B. Now book A has team A, and they priced that bet for the money line at minus 130. Now book B priced team B at plus 140 odds. So you'll see here, we've got a little bit of a gap between these. We're always going to have a gap, but the gap is not equal across books. So how do we actually find these bets and how do we calculate? And I'll show you how you profit on these and what the profit looks like. So you're going to need at least 2 sports books. You're usually going to need many sports books, as many as you're able to sign up for in your area, because you're going to need options. The more odds and lines that are out there for a specific bet, the greater chance there is a discrepancy in odds somewhere across these books. If you want more books to sign up for, I'll leave some down in the description below that you can check out, but you'll want to see in your area which ones are available and which ones you can sign up for. And if you're going to use this strategy, that's definitely the best way to have as many options as possible. So you're going to look for big odds discrepancies. Now, like I mentioned, it's nearly impossible for you to do this without proper tools. There are lots of tools in which you can shop these odds and find them in real time. So you're going to want to use a calculator to split up these stakes so you know how much you have to put on each bet in order to profit. There are tools like Odds Jam, that's a popular one that helps you track these type of things. So this is how we actually lock in a profit. So we have Team A versus Team B. So book 1 has Team A priced at plus 110 odds. Book 2 has Team B also priced at 110 odds. So in this example, we're going to bet $100 on each of these bets. So for this example, we're going to bet $100 on each of these bets. So if Team A wins, so you win $110 on A, you lose $100 on B, and that leaves you with a net profit of $10 on this bet. So that's like the cleanest, easiest way to understand it. But there are also times when the odds are not going to be the same on each team or each player prop that you're betting. So we could have book 1 has Team A priced at plus 120. Book 2 has Team B priced at plus 130. So in this case scenario, on Team A, you could bet $105. Team B, you could bet $100. So you're risking in total $205. So in this case scenario, because of the difference on these, if Team A wins, you're going to profit $26. Now, if Team B wins, you end up winning $25. So with our odds calculator, we were able to tell the difference because Team B was listed at plus 130 odds. Team A was listed at plus 120. So we had to put a little bit more down on Team A to weigh this bet out because the odds weren't as good. But Team B had plus 130 odds for this team, so we put down a little bit less. But either way, you're locking in a profit of around $25, $26. Now, it may sound all great, but we have to go over the catches on this and why this is not a free ATM money printing machine method. So odds move fast, lays can get stuck, locked out, become unavailable, odds will shift. That can become a huge issue, and I'll show you what that actually looks like and how you can actually end up wiping out all your gains on one bad bet. You also have to worry about limits and bans. Sportsbooks will limit sharp bettors that are profiting or getting a certain amount of edge off them, but they're also going to pick up on arbitrage betting, and eventually it's just a matter of time with this method before you get caught and limited and banned. And different books are going to have rule differences, voids, different promos, so you just need to be aware of that. You could have a situation where a bet ends up getting voided and then you just have action on one side and you could end up in a bad spot. So this is how you can get burnt with this method. So you start an arb. So step one, you go and bet team A at minus 130 on book A. Then you go to your step number 2 and you go to bet on team B, and the odds that your arbitrage calculator or system that you're using picked it up at plus 140 over at book B. But you get over to book B and the new odds, team B is now, the odds shifted and the odds are now plus 115, and now your arbitrage opportunity is completely gone and you already placed your money on bet number 1. Bet number 2 wasn't available, so now you only have action on one side. You could lose that bet and wipe out. A lot of people will try to go pretty heavy on these arbitrage bets and lock in a bigger profit from that difference, but the bigger wagers you're putting on one side, the bigger risk you're taking as well. Yes, you can win more when you successfully do it, but if you're going to take a loss, it's going to be a lot bigger of a loss as well. So to recap, arbitrage betting is where you bet both sides at good prices and you lock in small profits. You need multiple books and a calculator or system in order to split the stakes properly and find this value. Odds move quick and limits hit, so sportsbooks are going to pick up if you're winning a lot of money off them. They don't like that, and they have the right, unfortunately, to kick you to the door. So a lot of people that end up arbitrage betting successfully, they end up getting limited to where they can only bet, which was once hundreds or thousands of dollars, that they can only bet like $20 or even $5 or even under $1 on each bet. And then they got to go, a lot of arbitrage bettors will go and try to get sportsbooks in other people's names and try to repeat this over and over again until those get limited. But it really is a strategy that can be good and work for quick money. But if you actually want to sports bet and be able to actually wager in the future, you might not want to do this strategy because you're probably going to get limited if you do it correctly. I guess that's a good thing because that means you profited, but at the same time kind of takes away your options to bet. You're going to be real limited. And sportsbooks cannot stand this strategy. So they're going to, like I mentioned, they're going to limit you pretty fast. They're very on top of this strategy and are very aware of it and aware that it's a profitable one. It works. So the reason that this even happens is because of odds movement, and odds are shifting all the time. So you can check out this video where I talk about how odds movement actually works and how certain things affect the way the odds shift. Links are in the description. I will see you in the next one.